Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today we are celebrating 4 years on YouTube. Yes, I have been on YouTube for 4 years now. Feels crazy. We'll get to kind of the story of how I started my YouTube journey with this tag that I'm doing. I saw Chloe from Always Booked do this a couple of weeks ago on her YouTube anniversary, but the original tag, the BookTube journey tag, is from Katie at Books and Things. I'll make sure to tag both of them down below, but she has some great questions about your BookTube journey, how you got started, what things you're looking forward to, and everything in between. So let's just get started. The first question is, how long have you been watching BookTube? I think I started watching YouTube in 2018 with bullet journal videos. I wanted to get into bullet journaling. Someone in my personal life had told me that they thought it would be a good thought process, scheduling journal for me. And so I looked up bullet journaling online. I started watching creators like Plant-Based Bride, Amanda Rach Lee, Sunshine and Stationery, Jashi Curran, Boho Berry, and Cindy Gunter Baldo. And then I really have no clue how I transitioned from watching bullet journal videos to BookTube videos, but I think it had to do with TBRs. I stumbled across Maddie. Now I can't think of her channel name, but it'll be down below. She created the Deck of TBR game, which is the game I now use. And so I got super excited about watching TBR videos, thought that that's something I wanted to do. And yeah, so that's probably how it all started. 2018 with bullet journal videos, and then probably 2020 when the pandemic started is when I consistently started watching BookTube, especially TBR videos. Question number 2 is, how long have you been making BookTube videos? So my very first video came out on February 1st, 2021, so 4 years ago, yesterday, if you're watching this on the day the video comes out. I consistently posted from February to June of 2021, and then I took a huge hiatus. A lot of things were going on in our life. We were moving, we were having our second baby, Willie and I were both getting new jobs, so I took a break until January of 2022. I say my official start date of YouTube is January of 2022 just because that's when I consistently started posting 2 times a week and haven't looked back since. So technically I've been here for 4 years, but I would say 3 years with more consistency. Question number 3, what made you start making videos? I think I really just fell in love with watching the different creators that I did, and then I wasn't feeling super motivated with my job, especially during COVID. I worked with youth at a church at that point, and I wasn't able to connect with the youth like I normally did. And after COVID, people were hesitant on how to gather, and so I just wasn't filling my cup in the way that I usually did. So I decided I wanted to start talking to a camera about books and seeing if I could make a community in that way. And I was able to form such a great community here. I love being able to chat books with all of you. Even though it's me talking to a camera, it feels like I'm talking to hundreds of you about books and reading, and it's just lovely. So yes, I would say that ultimately it was because of the pandemic. I felt alone, not able to talk to anyone, isolated as all of us did, and decided to share a little bit about my life on the internet. Question number 4 is, are there any people who have played a significant role in your BookTube journey? There have been so many people that I have communicated with, did buddy reads with. My patrons are so wonderful. I'm so glad that I have that community there and the support from them. But I would say 2 main people. The first is Krista from Books and Jams. She kind of took me under her wing. She first asked me to be a part of one of her middle grade March collaborations, but then we started talking more and she had me on sprints once, and she really just boosted my channel and made it into what it was, so I owe her a lot. And then the second person that has been huge just really in this last 7-ish months is Chloe from Always Booked. She and I have started a great friendship. We created the Deck of TBR-thon, readathon together, and she is just someone I call a really close friend now. We are both moms of young kids. We text about various things throughout the day, and I'm so grateful that YouTube has introduced me to her. Question number 5 is, what kind of books do you like to read? I would say that my top 3 genres, and I've said this before, are contemporary, historical, and romance. Those 3 kind of fluctuate as to which one is the tippy top, but it's usually those 3, contemporary, historical, and romance. I have also branched into basically every single genre since being on YouTube. I would say the only one that I really stay away from is horror. So I read everything except for horror. Question number 6, how has that changed since you started on BookTube? So what kind of books I like to read, how has that changed? I definitely have wanted to try more fantasy and romantasy because of YouTube. Those genres just seem to be so hyped on here, and so I definitely have dipped my toes into those genres. I also think since being on YouTube, I'm much more in the know on new releases, and I play into the hype of wanting to read those right away, which I don't think I maybe would have had if I wasn't a part of this platform. Question number 7, what kind of videos do you most like to make? I would say 2 are my most favorite. I love my TBR videos. I play my deck of TBR almost every month, and I really love doing that. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite, and I know that is one of my viewers' favorites too. But then I have also really been loving vlogs lately. I love to share a little bit about my life. I have found that it's a great memory keeper for me and my family as we grow. And yeah, I just love catching those memories and those little moments on video. Question number 8. How has that changed since you started BookTube? Do you think your video making style has changed over time? I was always excited to make TBR videos. That was, I think, one of the first videos I ever shared. But I don't think I was too big into vlogging at the very beginning. I didn't know how to vlog. I didn't know how to edit that all together. And so I definitely did more sit-down videos as opposed to vlogging. But now I love sharing little bits of my life. Question number 9, do you script and or edit your videos, and has that changed over time? I don't really script my videos whatsoever. Every once in a while I come up with an outline just so that I don't miss anything that I want to talk about in videos, but usually it's whatever comes to my mind, I say it. As far as editing, yes, I do. I don't edit a lot, mostly just to remove any sort of rambling, or if I can't think of a word and I have a huge blank space, I edit out that time. Or sniffles, coughs, just kind of extra noises that don't need to be there. So I don't say I'm a huge editor. I'm trying to do a little bit better with vlogs and making them more exciting to watch, but I'm not that great at it. Question number 10, what's the most viewed video on your channel? I did look at this earlier just to make sure I knew what one it was. And the most viewed is the tier ranking of every Kristen Hanna book, which is kind of surprising to me. When I made that video, it was more so like a personal goal of mine to try to read every single book from my favorite author. And I love that people must reference it to decide which books to read by Kristen Hanna. So I love that that's number 1. And then next up, not even a close second, it's like half of the views of the Kristen Hanna video. But the next one is my 2024 reading journal setup. People definitely love reading journals, and I'm glad that I share mine and kind of have that niche where I share bullet journal and reading journal content on my channel as well. So yeah, those are the top 2, Kristen Hanna and reading journal. Question number 11, what's your favorite video you've ever made? I am really proud of the Kristen Hanna video because I read so many books to get to that point, but I also really loved my Titanic themed vlog. I love all things Titanic, and last year I decided to read a bunch of Titanic books, watch the movie, listen to the music, just all things Titanic, and I loved how that video turned out. Question number 12, do you have a favorite book you read because of BookTube? There are probably so many, but the ones I was able to list and that came to mind before I started filming were Flawless by Elsie Silver, Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I don't know if I would have picked that up if I hadn't seen it on YouTube. Notes on an Execution by Dania Kukafka, A Psalm for the Wild-Built by Becky Chambers, and Manacled by Senlin Yu. Those are the 5 that I could think of that really I was inspired to read because of YouTube. Question 13, do you have a favorite BookTube experience to tell us about? I think a couple come to mind. Creating Deck of TBR-a-thon with Chloe was just so fun, and creating a community around the game that I play every month was super amazing to see. People joining in on that and having so much fun with it. And then the other thing is just meeting people in person or on the phone, like, you know, talking to people, texting people. But I have been able to meet a few people in person, and that has been just super awesome. I've met Molly, which is one of my viewers and patrons. I guess I haven't met Chloe in person, but we've video chatted and talked all the time. So Chloe is important to me. I got to meet Kara from Kara's Bookshelf randomly at Orchestra Hall one time in Minneapolis, and we were both really awkward, but it was super cool to see her in person. And then I do have a meetup coming up with another patron, Stephanie, coming up in April, and I just think it's so cool that BookTube has connected me to so many people around the country and around the world. It's just super awesome that books and reading can connect us in this way. Question 14, what does your book collection look like? I mean, you've seen it. It's behind me. It's here. I love my book collection. I love sitting in my library in my comfy chair. I will go ahead and link my most recent reorganization video just so that you can see how I got to this point. But yes, I have the IKEA bookshelves. I organize by genre. I do have a whole shelf of unread books, and yeah, it's my happy place. I love these books, and I love this library that I've created. Question number 15, and this is the last one, is what advice would you give to new people starting a BookTube channel? The obvious one, and I feel like everybody says this on various tags that I see, is just start. I wish I would have started way earlier than I did. I had thoughts of starting a bullet journal channel before a BookTube channel. I didn't think I would really have that much to add to the bullet journaling community though on YouTube. And so I'm glad I waited it out and decided to kind of create a mishmash of a channel with books and bullet journaling, reading journaling, and just lifestyle stuff, because what I love is that I can just share who I am completely as a person. Yes, books and reading is a huge part of my life, but so is scheduling and organizing with my bullet journals, and so are my family. And so I love that I'm able to do that. And I think what I would encourage you to do if you were to start a channel is to make sure it's something you think you will continue to love. Like, if I would have started a bullet journal channel, I don't think I would have continued, because even now I can see the decline of my interest in bullet journaling. Not that I don't still use it, but I'm not like the creative, beautiful bullet journaler like you would see in Amanda Rach Lee's channel or Elizabeth from Plant-Based Bride. That's just not who I am. The one thing I love about being on BookTube is that there's always content to create, because the content that you're talking about is always changing. There are new books coming out, there are new hyped things, and so I can always create something new because what I'm talking about is always creating new things. So yeah, just I think start, but also be careful as to what you're going to talk about. Make sure it's something that you truly love and are happy to share with others. Yeah, that's, I don't know, that I don't think that made sense, but that's what we got. So that is it. I want to thank all of you, first of all, for watching this video, and if you've made it this far, wonderful. Thank you for being here. But also thank you to this community we have created with Becca Books and Bujo. I'm so thrilled to have people watching these videos still 4 years later, and looking forward to continuing to build this community in the future. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.